You in one last time to Music City, USA here in suburban Nashville as we get set for the final game of the Smash Vegas Winter Showdown, where Mission will take on the Nashville Warriors for a second time, having defeated them yesterday. Today it'll be Mission wearing black taking on Nashville in white. Mission fell this morning to the Foothills Flyers out of Nashville, put them into the consolation round, and set up this second go around with the Warriors. Quite a few penalties in the early session this morning. It's both the same. Thompson will take place in the net as he did in yesterday's game. It'll be Steele, Hoover, Melissa, Roth, and Johnson to start. Warriors will send out their top line. Colors, Gersher, Friedman, Taylor, and we'll get the fifth name when we can. Puck drops. We're underway here in Nashville. Puck sent back towards the Warriors' end. They're able to play it forward along the wall. Stolen by Hoover. Now Steele. Steele has his stick lifted. Tries to spin away. The puck to Johnson. Able to backhand it further into the zone. Played out. Grabbed by Melissa at center ice. Offsides. They'll have to pull out. But again, all is known as Maltese. That fifth starting player for the Warriors. Look back in deep for Mission. Steele takes his man hard into the boards. Stolen left out front. And covered with a whistle. It's an early own goal yesterday by way of the Warriors that gifted Mission their first on way to a 6-1 victory. Martin takes the offensive zone faceoff, has Van Stone, Cunningham with him. The defensive pair of Burgess and Lewis out on the ice as well. All the way to the offensive zone. Martin able to poke check the puck away along the far boards. Finds Burgess. Burgess, long pass ahead. Past Cunningham. Icing waved off as he was there, but had his stick lifted. Van Stone chases the puck, forces the goalie to play it. Now the Warriors take it up the wall past the benches. Friedman tries to go around. Burgess uses the goalie as a pick. Carries the puck onto his forehand. Now to the high slot. Going down into the faceoff circle. Sends one off the side of the net. Puck flipped out. Van Stone chasing. Maltese able to tap it. Lewis gathers. Long ahead off the stick of Van Stone. Telez runs into Jonathan Lewis. Gets taken hard into the boards behind the net. Warriors with the puck in the offensive zone. Poked away. Hoover racing, trying to get to it. Bowman there first. Bowman rips one off the boards, out. Lewis forced to play it. Warriors will go for line change. Puck tipped in. Onto net. Nice play by Melissa. Another backhand out of the zone. That's picked up by Johnson. Gershiker. Nashville sends it back in deep. Johnson first to it. Plays along the boards. Boner taking off his stick. Now Roth ahead for Hoover. Hoover has Melissa racing to catch up to him. Finds Melissa. Melissa drives. Melissa scores! Tripped by the goalie as he does so, and hard into the boards. He won't care. He'll take the goal, and it's Mission 1. Warriors 0. Just under 3 minutes gone by here, period number 1, and Mission ahead early again on the Warriors. Martin, Van Stone, Cunningham line back out on ice for the Black Shirts. One back to Lewis off the face-off. Lewis looking up along the boards, tapped in by Van Stone. McCullers first to it, finds Friedman. Back to McCullers. Up the wall past Boner. Controlled by Lewis. Lewis finds Van Stone, gets him into the zone, but then taken away by Nashville. They come the other way. Long pass ahead. Boner couldn't control. Scooped down to Van Stone. He'll pop it along the boards. Can't get it all the way to the blue line. That one plays free. Friedman retreats to his own zone to control. Under pressure from Cunningham. Cunningham will peel off, go to the bench. Steele now on the forecheck. Friedman past Steele. Friedman up the near boards. On his forehand. Slams on the brakes. Tries to find a pass. That gets intercepted and knocked out to neutralized by Melissa. Then taken, and we get an offside call. Over Steele, Melissa back out on the ice. Johnson Roth defensively. Rays off coming just outside of the Warriors zone. Nashville able to work the puck into the offensive zone off the draw. Steele. Up the near side board. Steps away from Gorel. Steele still with it on his stick. On his backhand, sends one across the face of the net. Picked up by Roth. He'll send it back behind the net again. Exit pass kept in by Melissa. Steele with a big hit right through the chest. Arm goes up in the air, and they're going to get their first bullshit penalty of the afternoon. What? He didn't hit him in the head. He hit him in the chest. Head contact is the call, and it's unbelievable. He put his shoulder straight through the Warrior player's chest, and that's going to be a 2 and a 10. It was a great textbook hit by Steele. Oh, unbelievable call. Warriors on the power play, down a goal. Stolen away by Martin. Martin will flip it down the length of the ice. Lewis able to separate Maltese from the puck and then pounded down the ice by Burgess. Minute 5 to go on the penalty. Hoover almost steals the pass to the blue line. Gersiker on his forehand, taken wide, sends one through the crease. Can't find a target. Friedman now at the point, steps to the top of the circles, fires from distance. Thompson's there, his first save of the game. Puck tipped in off the skate of Maltese. Roth first to it. Burgess is there, takes his man down. Pulled free now by Roth. Roth gets it across the blue line and out. 2-minute penalty will go by with no whistle. Hoover steals the puck behind the net, but there all by himself on the penalty kill. Driving out front. And that gets through Thompson in the crowd. And the Warriors with their first goal. Back on our way, sent all the way down. That's icing. That was not tipped. No one came anywhere near it. And another blown call by the official. Roth able to get the puck out of his own end. Sends it down to the offensive zone. Van Stone steals it away. Sends it towards the net. That's intercepted. Banked off the wall and out. Mission clears the offside trap. Hoover. First to the puck. Played past him by Van Stone. Van Stone now on it. Looking for Hoover. Back post. And it just goes wide. Roth steps in. Roth trying to find a lane to shoot. Got one through, but it went just wide. Shot by Johnson covered.
Let's go, Big D.
Puck up into the ceiling. And we'll do another offensive zone face-off here. 8:55 to go. Shot in on the goalie. Saved. Mission trying to take the lead back. Burgess fires from the point. It's deflected. Warriors racing out. It's Gersiker across the line. Offside. No whistle. Lewis couldn't quite catch the handle on the puck. Gersiker. Shot in. Thompson deals with it. Friedman now has it roll off his stick and out to neutral ice. Under pressure from Melissa, he has to sprint forward. He's got momentum as he takes it into the offensive zone himself. Friedman now on his forehand. Thompson's there to get a piece of it. Second chance attempt for the blue line goes wide. Warriors back on possessions with under 8 minutes to go here in the opening period. He tries to feed the slot. No chance there. Bouncing puck. Wrapped out past the blue line, and Mission will be able to get a change. Mahaffey to the near side. Van Stone. Now Roth. Finds Cunningham, gets a little bit on it. Bouncing puck played out, controlled by Roth and neutral ice. Pulls it back towards his own zone, then loses control. Here come the Warriors charging. Thompson's there, makes a great save. Now Cunningham. A little too casual, trying to get the puck out of the zone. It gets stripped away from him. Back to Burgess. Go! Puck fired in by Rothman behind the net. Warriors going to clear. Knocked down by Johnson. Long pass ahead through traffic. That's too many men on the ice. Going to be a call here against the Warriors as that was shot in amongst the line change. Mission on the power play now. Jacksonville still in the box on that horrendous head contact call earlier. Play to the line, not out. Roth had it for a second. Now it's taken away. Here come the Warriors. Melissa back checking. Puck deflected up out of play. Minute 29 to go on Mission's power play. Just about 5.5 left to go in the first period. Tied 1-1 here in Antioch, Tennessee. Roth finds Van Stone. Van Stone slams the brakes, sends it behind the net, all the way around to Melissa. Up to Lewis. Lewis tries to feed into the slot. It's intercepted, and then a long lofted pass sent long. Thompson misplays. Puck close out front. He bailed out there as Lewis able to get back to it. Lewis to Roth. Roth steps through a slash. Then around to check. Roth drives low. His shot hits the goalie and up out of play. .40 seconds to go with the man advantage. Mission trying to set up a play. Set the offensive zone face-off. Warriors able to control it to the wall. Van Stone pinches in. Hoover with it. Up top, Melissa leaves back for Lewis. Lewis works the side. Hits the leg pads. And Stone trying to pull it free from Hoover, who's pinned against the boards. Lewis at the line. Lewis fires through traffic. Too much of a tip. Ends up going wide. Penalty time expired. Team's back to full strength. Hoover battling through, gets hooked. Sweeps it to Melissa. Melissa trying to go cross ice for Roth. Gets there eventually. Roth's shot tipped. Second chance on net, saved as well. And it's going to be another penalty coming up against the Warriors. 3:52 to go first period. And Mission about to go back on the power play. Miles, the culprit there with the hook. Lewis, Martin, Hoover, Melissa, Roth, the five on the ice. It looks like for Mission. As the Warriors able to control off the faceoff, they'll dump it all the way down the ice. Thompson will just leave that for Martin. Delays for Roth. Roth then spins away from one man, puck to the corner to Lewis. Lewis has room, fights through a stick check. Comes to the near side, plays it behind the net. Martin up top for Roth. Turn pass finds Hoover. Now back to Roth. Roth shot from distance, hits the leg pads. Rebound came out, but couldn't find a connection. Hoover plays the puck in deep. Lewis plays it cross ice towards Roth. Back to Lewis. Swept away from him at the blue line, then off the stick of Melissa. Melissa having a chase back, able to get it to Cunningham. Cunningham poked away from him. Melissa to it. Off the boards. Picked up by Melissa. Across the logo. Poked away. Gersiker. 2-on-1. Slid. Thompson there. Now Van Stone. 4 seconds left to go on the power play. Long pass. Van Stone. Good pass one. Sends it into the crease. And that's controlled and taken away. And the Warriors coming the other direction. 2-on-2. Miles. Just out of the box. It's poked away by Lewis. Over the head of Bowman, out of the zone. Minute and a half to go, first period. Tie game. Puck goes all the way down. We'll get a whistle, and that's something Mission desperately needs here with just 10 skaters. Warriors win the face-off, banked off the glass, takes a funny hop towards center ice. Nashville picks it up. Miles streaking on his forehand. Thompson makes the save, and the rebound cleared behind. Bowman back towards his own zone, but that hits Melissa. Melissa steps across the line. Able to stay on side as he gets dragged down. Right ahead, Boner. Tangled up. Puck played free. Hoover. Johnson has a shot. That's saved. Penalty time's expired. Jackson steals, so he heads over to the bench. 25 seconds left in the first period. Puck hit down, high stick, no call. Nashville continues forward. It's Friedman. His shot partially deflected, went behind the net. Give a chance in. Thompson will get it, and he'll cover. And we'll get a whistle with 5.7 to go. Thompson makes the first save, covers the second. Puck still loose, and that's the whistle for the end of the first period. And after one, it's Mission 1, Warriors 1. For the start of period number 2 between the Mission and the Warriors after an eventful first period, we're tied at 1 goal apiece. Jackson Steele is out of the box. He'll take the ice here to start the second frame. It'll be Steele, Hoover, Melissa, Burgess, and Lewis. Thompson going back to net. Face off, tangled up. Poked away by the Warriors. Lewis retreats to his own zone for control. Finds Burgess. Burgess, long pass ahead. Tipped by Hoover. Icing waved off. Melissa threw a stick to be the first to it. Now Steele. Melissa. Back towards Hoover. Angling with Gersick, her behind. Now Melissa. Back up for Lewis. Lewis. There's a shot pass through. And then came off the board, so that'll come all the way back. Lewis now. Burgess, long exit pass. Stick lifted. Mahaffey loses control. Now Steele. He gets taken out trying to get into the offensive zone. Go off for a change. Friedman flips into the corner so the Warriors could do the same. Burgess bangs the puck long, and that's going to be icing. Anticipate a nice cut on about 7 minutes or so. Halfway through the period, the first whistle. We will take a break. Zamboni can come out, refresh the ice for us, and then we'll continue with the second half of the game. Roth, Johnson, Martin, Van Stone and Cunningham on the ice now for Mission as they win the defensive zone faceoff. Played past Taylor out to neutral ice. Van Stone continuing to pester on the forecheck as he has all weekend long. That tipped. Sent into the offensive zone. Will be picked up by Taylor. Wraps it around the boards for Friedman. Miles. That's Boner in a 2-on-1. Then he goes low past Thompson, and it's 2-1 Warriors. And immediately a penalty called against the Warriors. So 15:05, the Warriors get a goal, but give Mission a power play. Two-minute misconduct for the Warriors, but they did take the lead there in that passage of play. Played forward, Melissa. Off his stick out of play. Hoover to Melissa. Melissa off the outside of the post. Steal. For Melissa, back to Hoover behind the net. Roth squeezing in. Giving Hoover room to work. And there we go. Tic-tac-toe. And Mark Melissa ties us up. A costly penalty for the Warriors. Miles scored a goal, took a misconduct, and Mission scored on the ensuing power play. We're tied right back at 2. Steele, Hoover, Melissa staying on the ice. The ref not caring that players were encroaching. Dropped the puck anyways, now through everyone. Thompson will cover, get a whistle. So it's Steele, Melissa, Hoover, Burgess, and Lewis on the ice in black for Mission. Nashville controls off the faceoff, goes behind the net. Burgess with a big hit behind the twine. Here comes Hoover. He'll flip the puck skyward. Hit with a high stick. Nashville able to scoop that out of their zone. It'll flare down. Icing waved off as Burgess able to get to it. Now headed into the zone. Friedman to collect ahead of Hoover. Gersiker takes the hit from Steele. Steele robs it away and then poked out of the reach of Hoover. Gersiker dodges Van Stone. To his forehand, can't get the shot away. Hoover back on the puck. He'll bank it off the glass. Glove down, tapped by the Warriors. Van Stone first to it. Permission. Mayafee. Sends a centering pass. The only person there was Burgess. Gets it to Hoover ahead. Hoover leaves it for Van Stone. Hoover needed a change. Van Stone still battling for the puck. Gets on his forehand. Has a shot. That was blocked. Gets it back. Sends it behind the net. Martin Along the boards up top to Roth. Roth hits a spinning puck and ended up going behind the net. Roth shot from distance. That hit Van Stone out front. Puck played to the line, kept in by Roth. He'll send it back behind the net again. Martin to the half wall. Puck deflected. Played ahead, just through the skates of Martin. He'll get first to it, dump it in deep, go for a line change. Just under 12 to go, second period. Tied at 2 here outside of Nashville. It's the Nashville Warriors and Mission. Warriors send the puck ahead. It's Gersher. He turns it over to Roth. Roth been looking for a long pass ahead. That was intercepted by Maltese. Kersiker. Out front on the doorstep. Thompson able to scoop it away. Thompson's lost his stick. Play to the line, not out. Steele with a hit as the player went to shoot. 2-on-1, 3-on-1. Left for Hoover. Played back out front. No one there. Here come the Warriors the other end. And Thompson will glove that down and get a stoppage at 10:44 to go. End-to-end stuff here in Antioch. Again, we're just over 2 minutes away from what we anticipate to be an ice cut. Warriors controlling off their offensive zone faceoff. They send a shot wide to Thompson's left. Taylor with it at the point. Plays it back in behind the net. Lewis is there. Play it to the line. Kept in at the point by Friedman. Friedman circling with it. Sends a shot in, and Thompson will hold. Nashville set up a face-off play of their own. Able to get to the face-off, and then it was poked away. Taylor at the point. Bouncing puck hit traffic. Burgess sends it to the far wall. Still bouncing out in front of the net. Right ahead. Martin trying to get to it. Martin gets a stick up high. No call. Long pass to the blue line. Can't be controlled. It's dealt with by Lewis. And then foisted up out of play. We have a face-off coming here at center ice. Steele, Melissa, Hoover back on the ice along with Roth and Johnson. Mission wins it back to Roth. Played ahead. Melissa. Across the line. Steele. Looking for Hoover. That was blocked up into the air. Hoover picks it back up. Gets it to Steele. Steele tries to play it back to Hoover. That's flipped up. It'll go down the length of the ice. And we will get an icing whistle here at 9 minutes 13 seconds. Steele to take the draw. One by Gersiker. Lofted pass ahead. Johnson couldn't quite read the bounce. He gets to it. He'll rip it off the boards. Out to neutral ice. Popped up into the air by Melissa. Melissa will gather. Come across the line. 3-on-3. Sends a shot behind the net. Took a funny hop. And the Warriors able to get there ahead of Hoover. Steele now. Holds it from behind the official. Played out front. Melissa had his stick lifted. Johnson's shot. Hits a Warrior right in the pads. They're able to clear. Roth has his stick lifted. Got to Melissa. And we get an offsides whistle. Steele anticipated that pass from Hoover going a little more across the line, and 8:28 to go. Played back to Nashville's defensive zone. Van Stone on the forecheck. Pinned along the wall. Burgess got a piece of it, but they're able to pull it free. Roy. Lewis in the great defensive stick play. Get that away. Now Martin. He outraces, gets taken down. To Cunningham behind the net. He gets banged in the boards, trying to play the puck from his knees. Played out past the line. Through Lewis. Over to Burgess. Long puck, in on net. Covered. And it looks like it's time for the ice cut. So 7:37 to go, second period. We are tied, Mission 2, Nashville Warriors 2. We'll leave the stream running. We'll step aside on the audio and be back with the continuation and the finale of the weekend here in Nashville. back here in Antioch, Tennessee for the second half of the contest between Mission and the Nashville Warriors. We're tied at 2 here midway through the second period as our ice cut is complete. Both goalies taking their spots back between the pipes. It'll be an offensive zone faceoff coming up for Mission. We'll get back underway. Thompson taking his place back in net. Looks like we will have Lewis, Burgess, Steele, Melissa, and Hoover, the five on the ice in black for Mission as we get back underway. Puck drops, and here we go. Nashville able to play it to the line, not out. Burgess had it poked off his stick as he tried to play across the blue line, and Lewis will just have to dump it back in. Puck under the stick of Melissa will go all the way down. Burgess will be the first to it. Nashville able to keep it in. They'll send it to the near corner. Lewis is there. Burgess plays a long pass down through the skates of Hoover. Friedman racing Melissa forward. He'll top it behind the net. Steele picks it up. For Melissa, back to Steele. Hoover parking himself in the crease. Burgess. Back behind the net. Hoover tangled up, then taken away from him. Friedman looking for a long pass. Finds Maltese off his stick to the corner. Oh, just beats Thompson on his near side. Off his pad and in. Well, it's Warriors 3, Mission 2. Mission just 10 skaters on this trip. End of a long 3-day weekend. Game 4 here, their second today. Legs are starting to get long and tired. Played forwards. In by Van Stone to Martin. Van Stone behind the net. He's held up. Johnson plays it back. Van Stone trying to get it away from Tellez. Puck played all the way down. We get an icing whistle, 5:54. Steele to take the offensive zone face-off. Melissa comes away with it behind the net. Looking for Johnson, that was deflected. And Mahaffey streaking down the near boards, and he beats Thompson low glove side. And it's a second goal in quick fire fashion for the Warriors. And Thompson and McNeil going to swap places. Warriors win the face-off with a 2-goal lead now. Bonert behind the net. Going to get past Lewis. Turns it over to Steele. Steele gets away from one check. It's the puck back behind the goal line. In the corner. Finds Hoover. Hoover left all by himself. Now it's Lewis trying to get in the face of the goalie. Look around. Melissa keeps it in. Nashville able to exit the zone. Played in. For everybody. Icing whistle blows. 4:44 to go.
Let's go, Big D.
Nashville wins the faceoff in their own zone. Gersiker up the line off Mahaffey. Pass blocked by Lewis. Picked up by Cunningham. And plays to the offensive zone. Friedman wins the foot race with Van Stone. Circles back behind his own net. Long pass ahead off the stick of Gersiker. Played back down. Bowman can't control. Lewis finds Cunningham. Taps into the zone. Mahaffey wide off the outside of the cage. Friedman roofs one. That's another Warrior goal. Now it's 5-2. Mission fading fast here. 4 minutes after the ice cut, they've already allowed 3 goals. Friedman chips one towards the net. That goes wide. Kept in by Nashville. Now Melissa able to get it across the line. Poked back in Nashville's offensive direction. Hoover across the line. Leaves for Steele. Steele sends it towards the net. Hoover had his stick blocked as he tried to shoot. That was Taylor with the defensive work there. Steele cuts to his forehand. Steele shoots low off the pads. Puck tipped. Warriors going for a change. Puck played down the middle of the ice. That hits the goalie's pads. Mahaffey steps away from a check. Here come the Warriors. And just on sides. Take out the goalie. And we're going to get a whistle and a stoppage. Oh, fuck out. Kicked out behind the play. No call. No penalty against the Nashville Warriors. That's tipped in. Shot out front, covered by McNeil. Referee taken down. Puck comes free, chased by Van Stone. He'll get to it before it's icing. That's poked off his stick. McCullers. Ahead to Maltese. Mahaffey can't find the handle as he tries to shoot, then it's turned over. Gersiker. Shot blocked by Van Stone. And a bouncing puck comes out to neutral ice. 2 minutes and a half to go in the second period. Maltese was the player that tripped McNeil. He drives towards the net. That went off the post. Puck chipped out. Friedman getting back to it first ahead of Melissa. Burgess sends it back in. Mission needs to clear the outside. They do. The Warriors will have possession. That's played down. We're going to get an icing whistle here. 36 seconds to go. Another icing here. 29 to go. Controlled by Mission. Shot goes wide behind the net. Warriors player down. No call from the officials. Back for Hoover. The Roth. His shot deflected. Steele get to it. Steele turns, fires. Shot saved. Boner drives. Saved by McNeil. That's it for period number 2. We were tied until the ice cut, and the Warriors struck 3 times in quick fashion. Period number 3, Mission chasing 3 goals here to try and tie things up. 17 minutes left for their time in Nashville. They piled goals behind the Warriors netminder yesterday, but again, a couple more games, a lot more hockey, 2 games today. The short bench starting to show. Mahaffey jukes around Lewis. Lewis able to get it back, take it towards the wall. Mission able to exit. Steele racing to get for it. Pass ended up in the skates of Melissa. Still held in deep by Mission. Now it's Hoover. Back towards Steele. Left on the doorstep. A chance of the wraparound, and then it bounces off Burgess' stick. Burgess uses a lot of strength to hold off that Warriors player, and then stayed in at the line, and a shot wide open net missed by Gersiker. Maltese across the line. Gersiker. Lofts a backhanded dump to the corner. Roth sends one forward for Van Stone. Knocked away from him. Now, Cunningham hit Friedman in the dome. Past everybody. No icing. Gabe. Melissa able to jump the puck in deep. Mission midline change. Mahaffey. First across the line, separated from the puck by Roth. Played ahead. Melissa has Hoover with him. Melissa spins away from McCullers. Now Steele's back there. Hoover again to Steele. Steele had his stick hit. It was chopped back towards the corner. Hoover picks it up. Looking through traffic for Steele coming back door, but too many Warriors sticks in the way. Shot off the bottom of the net. Lewis. Steele lays a hit that forces one of the Nashville players to spin out of the way. Now Hoover. Looked away by Miles. Warriors to their offensive zone. Burgess gets the dump play. Pings it around the boards. Long pass ahead for Melissa. Too far behind him. Now picked up by Cunningham. That goes through everyone. We'll get an icing whistle. Chance for Mission to catch their breath. Still trailing 5-2. Face-off flipped up out of the zone by Nashville and played along the boards. Cunningham. Roth able to tip that long pass up out of play. Put the face off at center ice now with just over 12 and a half to go in the third period.
Go, Mission!
Johnson. Long ahead, hits the goalie in the leg pad as he was trying to let that go for icing. Johnson. Ahead to Hoover. He knocked it down, then lost track of the puck. Now it's picked up by Steele. Steele to the offensive zone. Hoover. Hoover drives to the slot, gets tangled up, goes down. Played in, covered, and we get a whistle. Steele takes the offensive zone face-off. Well, Hoover and Melissa in the same space behind the net. Pulled free by Steele. Back behind the net. Out to Steele. That shot saved. Went back around. Melissa. Now back to Steele. Gersiker. Across the line for the Warriors. Into the offensive zone. On his forehand. Has it poked away, and then a shot in. Covered by McNeil. Warriors control off the face-off. It's Bowman at the line. Poked away from him by Martin. Martin now dumps one in on net. Takes the play to the corner. Van Stone, Cunningham, Martin all pinned towards the corner. Trying to pull the puck free. Does come free, but it's Nashville that comes away with it. And we got a whistle as two players stuck together by their helmets. Strange play and a strange weekend. As Van Stone's helmet got tangled up with one of the Nashville players, and their cages actually intertwined, and the ref had to separate them. Mission controls the face-off, and we're back underway. And that's iced. Right at the 10-minute mark. It's a 10 to go. Third period, Mission trailing by 3 goals. We're tied going into the Ice Cup. That ripples off the outside of the mesh. Puck kept in at the line. Maltese has a shot. Players wide. Chipped away by Burgess, picked up by Nashville. Cross-ice pass was blocked by Steele. Gersiker gets it back. That one goes through everybody. Back out to McCullers at the point. Poked away off his stick. Cleared by Melissa. Friedman retreats in his own zone. Spins away from Hoover. Takes the big hit from Steele. And a call coming up now against Mission. What's shit down here? On another one-sided call here from one of the officials. I was watching the nonsense behind the play. I wasn't watching. Mission shorthanded. Ross to the box for interference. Apparently. Puck comes out of the zone. Pass to the near side. Friedman able to collect. Up top to Friedman. Friedman. Through traffic that goes high. Low shot. Back in the pads. Bouncing puck out front. Mission able to get it away. Cleared out of the zone. And the Warriors poke it free to Friedman. Mahaffey. Martin takes what was dubbed a hit to the head earlier in the game. No call. Shot through and gets through McNeil. That's another goal for the Warriors. Seven and a half to go. It's 6-2 in favor of the Warriors. It was 6-1 in favor of Mission yesterday. Johnson able to get the puck clear. Hoover drops from Melissa. Melissa shot from distance. That's gloved. We're going to whistle. Set play, shot, saved. Tangled up. And behind the play, we're going to get a whistle. Delayed penalty coming up against the Warriors. That's deflected up out and roughing the call. So 6:53 on the clock. Power play for Mission. They trail by 4. Set play, could get the shot away. Roth to Hoover. Back to Roth as Lewis up at the blue line. Now to Melissa. Back to Hoover. Circles. Second chance. Into the Warriors goalie. Off the faceoff comes to Lewis. Take the shot. Roth rips one. That ends up behind the net. Friedman trying to tangle up. He did. James Mahaffey. His shot's deflected by Lewis. Lewis feeling it. Played out to Roth. Roth, far side to Steele. Steele tips around one, drops his shoulder, has it poked away. Roth. Lewis. Hoover. Lewis. Chance for Steele, and that was blocker save. Sent down the length of the ice. Lewis able to get the exit pass to Roth. Roth. Time expiring on the penalty. And that's going to be covered by McNeil in his crease. 4:46 on the clock. Still trailing 6-2. Van Stone in the way of a pass. He gets taken down. Arms nowhere to be seen. Absolutely blown call as he's hooked and taken to the ice on a breakaway chance. Nashville wins the faceoff. They take the puck to the near side. Played through, but given to Burgess. Pass hit the stanchion. Miles into the offensive zone by himself. He's got a shot. It's saved by McNeil. Defensive zone faceoff tied up. Bonner sends a shot just wide of the net. Friedman. He fires, and McNeil cover at the side of his cage. Face off tied up at the dot. Maltese gets to Mahaffey. Out front. That was going to award a goal that was nowhere near crossing the line. Warriors passing the puck around, forcing Mission to move. Now Gersiker holds off Lewis, tries to slide out front. Roth got a piece of it. Now Melissa tries to chip ahead for Hoover. Hoover gets past one, hooked clearly by Maltese, and will finally get a call. One ref trying to start play, one ref trying to get the player who committed the penalty to get in the box, but he won't. Give him a penalty time on the box. No player would go into the box. And the referee, who's made several questionable calls today, just dropped the puck. I can't even describe it anymore. The level of ridiculousness we're reaching here. Lewis sends a shot through, and Lewis scores. And it's 6-3 now. Power play goal for Jonathan Lewis. Minute 45 left to go. Cunningham just misses the connection with Van Stone to the offensive zone. Puck banks free past Johnson, icing waved off. Burgess trying to reverse hit on Mahaffey. Now gets past Taylor out. Icing waved off as we hit the 1 minute mark. Michigan gets away with 6 players out on the ice. The refs didn't see it. Oh, goalie tangled up behind the play. And an empty net goal scored by the Warriors. .37 seconds to go. It's 7-3 Warriors. I don't know how wise it was to pull the goalie down 3 goals with 30 seconds to go in a game like this, but, that's why I'm the commentator, not the coach. Steele steps around a big check. Has his stick tripped just as he went to fire. Shot off Lewis's skates in the corner. 10 seconds to go. Lewis will send it behind the net. And that's it for us here in Nashville. Final score, Warriors 7, Mission 3.